As the 20th century came to a close, Nunavut on April 1st, 1999, through the Nunavut Act, officially separated from the Northwest Territories and became its own province. On the morning of September 11, 2001, 4 planes were hijacked by terrorists who were part of an Islamist extremist group Al-Qaeda. 2 of the planes deliberately crashed in the north and south towers of the World Trade Center complex. The 3rd plane deliberately crashed into the Pentagon. The 4th plane's passengers, after learning about the other attacks, fought back. The plane then crashed in an empty airfield in western Pennsylvania. The attacks killed nearly 3,000 people. These attacks affected Canada. In the hours immediately after the attack, people in Gander, Newfoundland took in around 6,000 people who arrived in town as a result of diverted flights. The trade between Canada and U.S. was also affected. A lineup of trucks trying to enter Detroit were backed up 35 kilometers. This attack also heightened the security at the borders of Canada and many other countries. In October of 2001, Canada sent its first Canadian soldiers to Afghanistan. Canada's role in Afghanistan was to neutralize Al-Qaeda members within the country, as well as topple the Taliban regime. At the time of the invasion, Canada's reason for participating in the Afghan war was to defend Canada's national interests, ensure Canadian leadership in world affairs, and help Afghanistan rebuild. A few years later, on December 7, 2003, the Conservative Party of Canada was founded. This party was formed from 2 former political parties, the Canadian Alliance and the Progressive Conservative Party. The Canadian Alliance was preceded by the Reform Party, who failed due to lack of support. The Canadian Alliance then joined with the Progressive Conservative Party, who was also failing to gain support. Together, they formed the Conservative Party. The Liberal Party was first formed in 1873 by Alexander Mackenzie. The party dominated politics for much of Canada's history. The party also had many legislative and political accomplishments, like the Charter of Rights and Freedoms, universal health care, and more. But in recent decades, the party has lost many supporters to the other parties. The New Democratic Party, also known as NDP, was established on August 3, 1961. The party was formed by the merging of the Cooperative Commonwealth Federation, CCF, and the Canadian Labour Congress. The party has formed government in several provinces, but never nationally. Then in 2011 federal election, NDP became for the first time the official opposition. The Bloc Québécois Party was founded on June 1, 1991, from the people who left the Progressive Conservative and Liberal parties after the failure of the Meat Lake Accord. In the early years of the party, they managed to get majority of the seats in Quebec. From there on out, they started losing seats. By the 2011 federal election, they received only 4 seats. Currently in Canada, our electoral system is referred to as the first-past-post system, where Canada is divided into 308 electoral districts or ridings. Voters in each riding elect 1 member of Parliament to send to the House of Commons. For each riding, there can only be 1 candidate from each party. The party with the most ridings in general federal election is asked by the Governor-General to form the government. If the party wins more than 154 seats, it forms a majority government. If it wins less, it then forms a minority government.